Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Black Logic. So, in a recent development, Russian President Putin has dismissed the United States' appeal for an immediate ceasefire in the ongoing Ukraine conflict. While both leaders agreed to pause strikes on energy infrastructure, Russia stopped short of committing to a broader 30-day ceasefire. Now, originally, President Putin was going to stop the attacks for at least 30 days, but after much consideration, Putin has went back on his word essentially. But this hasn't been really known to the public because they kept the underlying factors and facts of this negotiation of the ceasefire. But the immediate ceasefire is scheduled to take place here in the next 24 to 48 hours. So I'm gonna keep you guys abreast of that. If you're new to Black Logic, please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. So every time I go live or post a video, you guys are alerted. Now, let's move to the second story here because this story probably is the most intriguing because the Trump administration has declassified, this is breaking news, has declassified approximately 80,000 documents related to the President JFK assassination. And this aims to usher in a new era of transparency. These files, primarily from the Warren Commission of 1964, an investigation reaffirmed that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone, though public skepticism permits. So many people believe that um, Lee Harvey Oswald did not act alone, that it was at least another assailant in these attacks. So again, as many people are combing through these files, they're dissecting it, they're analyzing it to see. All right, sorry about that, guys. Had some technical difficulties here. I'm not at home, so again, the internet is pretty unstable. But I don't know if you guys heard my last story here. I'm gonna cover this one more time just in case for you guys who are just joining in because there's a lot to be stated here when it comes to the JFK files. because again, the Trump administration has declassified approximately 80,000 documents related to the President John F. Kennedy assassination, which is aiming to usher in a new era of transparency. And a lot of these files, primarily with the Warren Commission of 1964 investigation, reaffirms that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone, though public skepticism persists. A lot of people believe that the government deep state, or the corporate entities that essentially controls our government, has some involvement in the conspiracy of assassinating JFK, because all the things he was going to do to make America progressive and raise a level of equality when it comes to not only the different races, but as well as the different religions. Again, going to the hardcore, concrete constitution that our forefathers had put forth. Now, and again, these are something that this rumor, these are scuttlebutts, so to speak. But until those analysts and people comb through those 80,000 files, we have to wait till a lot of the pinpoints come out, that we can have factual information that will back up a lot of the allegation that the government has some involvement in assassinate one of the American presidents. Now, a federal judge has ruled that Elon Musk's involvement in dismantling the U.S. Agency for International Development, also known as the USAID, likely violated constitutional provisions. The court found that the actions taken by Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency were unconstitutional, leading to significant legal challenges for the administration. I really just want to kind of comb through how this violates U.S. law in some degree or some form, because this was ordered by the executive orders of Donald Trump. And I would like to believe that the judges and the advisors that they have on board, that they will already inform the president and give him legal advice that some of the things in the executive orders that he used would be proper and within law to do so. So again, Elon Musk is in hot order, but again, his rights and his access and his authority has been appointed by the president of the United States of America. So again, we have to see how this all unfolds. Again, was this legal? Was this constitutional? Or was this a violation and this was unconstitutional? So again, we're going to see what comes from this. But nonetheless, again, a Columbia University student has come forward alleging that his recent detention is indicative of a broader pattern of anti-Palestinian racism in the United States. This incident has sparked discussions about racial profiling and discrimination with academic institutions and beyond. Well, America is no stranger to racism. America is no stranger to discrimination. But again, him being a green card holder, I wonder if he violated any of the authority of immigration that has been given to him. Because again, simply because you are a permanent resident, green card holder, H-1B visa, doesn't give you the same privileges and rights as an American U.S. citizen. So again, there's federal judges combing through the laws to state the detention and the deportation of Khalid Mohammed is rightfully so, and that it has not violated the Constitution or any of our immigration laws. So again, these are some of the things we have to look for, because could this bleed and be accounted to American citizens for their rights and constitutions to be violated? These are the questions that I have to make a lot of you guys think about how we move forward as citizens. Now, the U.S. government is preparing to deport approximately 300 individuals identified as alleged gang members to El Salvador. So there's basically two major cartels, right? You have Trende Aragua as well as MS-13. Now, there's many other cartels, but these are the two main cartels that has been operating in the United States of America, trafficking fentanyl, cocaine, crack, marijuana, you name it, they've been doing it. And of course, with that trafficking of drugs has been many people being murdered, dismembered, missing, child trafficking, sex trafficking. So a lot of crime is coming out from a lot of these cartels. And currently we have 300 individuals who are being detained and will be deported to El Salvador CNET prison, which is absolutely one of the harshest prisons right now in the world, which has made El Salvador one of the safest countries in the world. But nonetheless, this move has raised concerns about the safety and human rights of the deportees, as well as the potential impact on El Salvador's internal security. So again, we're going to keep you abreast of this information and these upcoming stories, because again, this should decrease the amount of violence in America and literally limit the amount of illegal drug activity in America as well. So hopefully, this all coincides with some of the things that we're trying to do. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but President Trump has suggested that a potential recession may be a necessary cause for achieving certain policy goals. He stated that it may be necessary for America to go through a recession. I want to know your thoughts on that. Do you believe that a recession is necessary? Do you believe that the president should allow the country to go in a recession? But this is what he's stating. He said that this may be a necessary cause for achieving a certain policy goal. But a lot of our economists, they disagree with him, warning that a recession could lead to widespread economic hardship for American citizens. We have to really think about this because we have high inflation, food prices have increased, we have volatile gas prices. No one really in the middle class, anyone making under $70,000 cannot afford a home in the United States of America. And if they can afford a home, it's one of those distressed homes that you have to put 30, 40, $50,000 of renovation. You can't just buy a new home anymore. Like, case in point, my home. If I would have bought it at $400,000 and my home is now worth $850,000, and the new homes that they're building, same home as mine that I bought 4 years ago, 5 years ago at $400,000, those same homes are now $650,000. And what's most important here is the interest rate of the mortgage loan that you'll receive. At the time of me purchasing my home, interest rates were 2.5 to roughly 4.5%. I really haven't seen anyone get a fair shake of an interest loan or their mortgage. The current rates, last time I checked, was around 6.5%. And that's very, very high, astronomically high. I can only imagine if you bought a home at $350,000 at 6.5 interest rate. But nonetheless, a recession signifies a very significant decline in our economy, and the economic activities across our economy was lasting more than a few months. Now, it typically leads to a higher unemployment rates. It reduced consumer spending, which slows our economy. When Americans aren't spending, did you know that it actually slows our economy? When you guys retracting your dollars, when you decrease your spending, right? Take, for instance, every day you go to Starbucks and you spend your $12 on your cup of Starbucks coffee. Did you know if you just bought an espresso machine that you were saving yourself thousands of dollars a year? The American government doesn't want you to do that because you're going to hurt the economy. Starbucks is not going to get their money, and then the taxes that Starbucks is supposed to pay to the American government, they're not going to get their money. So it literally slows our economy. And a slowdown in industrial production because they're not going to need as much supply because the demand is now low. Now, for American citizens, this could mean job losses, as we see that they're dismantling the Department of Education. Even though federal judges have stepped in to stop USAID dismantling, this may be only a temporary fix. But we also have seen, decreased household income, where a lot of people have either lost their job, have not got promoted, and because of rising costs, that really decreased the amount of your spending power. And it also increases uncertainty in financial markets. What does that mean? A lot of people are not investing. So it's literally affecting everyday life and long-term financial planning. That's what this is essentially doing. I want to show you guys something else. I see K-Dub is in the room, live and direct. Good morning to you, K-Dub. I see you up early this morning, up there on the East Coast. But I want to show you guys something here very, very quickly of what's going on with Elon Musk. Don't forget, Elon Musk is not only running the Department of Government Efficiency, but he's also the CEO of Tesla, the Boring Company, as well as SpaceX. But let me show you guys something very quickly here. Are you guys aware that there has been targeted attacks of Tesla all throughout the country? Now, the targeted attacks that you see here is in Nevada, and it states here the video provided to the Review Journal shows several Tesla vehicles engulfed in flames after Las Vegas police say they were set on fire by individual early Tuesday morning. But this has been occurring all around the country. Now, they're combining Elon Musk with his Tesla electric vehicles, because the one way that you hurt anyone with massive amounts of wealth and money is you hit them where it hurts, and that's in the pockets. See, some people you can't really hurt them. You have to attack their family. Other people you have to destroy their business. Other people you have to kill their products. You have to defame their name. There's different ways on how you hurt people. So people are literally connecting what Elon Musk and Deutsche is doing and connecting it to Tesla. What is that meaning for Elon Musk? Because a lot of people are now declining and refusing to buy anything that is associated with Elon Musk. Because Tesla not only sells vehicles, but they also sell solar roofs. And if people are aware of the Boring Company, no one's going to utilize his tunnels that he has created or any of the products that he created out of the Boring Company. And people are not going to openly support SpaceX. Okay. So again, there's a lot going on with Elon Musk altogether. I do have to show you guys one more thing here, because I think this is important. A lot of people are lashing out when it comes to the Department of Doors. They're looking at this judge right here, because what's going on here is that he is the judge that's behind stopping the dismantling of the USAID. George Theodore Chung just ordered President Trump to restore almost all USAID operation. And the poster here states that someone check his bank account and we'll see just how much is getting wired to him somehow. So again, there's a lot going on in the United States of America right now. And hopefully that a lot of moves that President Trump is making is not going to hurt the American citizen more so than it already has. And again, I keep telling people, we really need to look at the big picture. Do I know the outcome that would occur? I really don't, but I'm following the news as well as updating you guys on the news. And a lot of the legislation seems as though is going to support and help the American citizens. But as I stated before, there's a lot of roadblocks, speed bumps, and barriers that we may have to go through before we see that significant change, because Joe Biden was rolled over by all of these other countries around the world, and President Trump is being very transparent. As far as we know, President Trump is being very, very transparent on a lot of things he has done. Now, here's another hint, because I told you guys I'm going to give you hints throughout the time that I'm here. I'm not currently in the country, but I'll give you another hint here. I'm going to show you my view. Let me pop myself up here very quickly. See if you guys can guess where I'm at. Here's a view from my hotel. And that's another hint. All right. But as you can see, it's getting dark here. But nonetheless, you guys have a great and wonderful morning. And I'll speak to you in a day or so. This is Black Logic.